You know, one day I want to have a real audience out there clapping as I come on. That's not too much to ask for. And I want a motorcycle to ride off as soon as I come on. That's not too much to ask for. Listen, people, I am trying my damnedest to be on at 10 o'clock when I'm supposed to be. And this morning, everything was fine. I walk in and the whole office dies. So this is the rebuilt system that has died 3 times this morning. And hopefully everything is up. We shall see. We shall see. Man, this is the craziest kind of story that we're going to cover. And I appreciate you guys waiting for me and all that kind of stuff. This story is really crazy because it's silly. It is silly, and it's almost childish how this president, this guy allegedly hires a president of a motorcycle club, the Screamin Demons Motorcycle Club, to be exact, to allegedly burn down his restaurant because it was underperforming. And he hired the most bungling effing idiot who may not have snitched on him per se. I wonder if you can call running your mouth too damn much snitching. Is that a term? Is running your mouth too much snitching? Is there a term for that? Like, you do know that you don't. Doesn't everybody know that you don't talk about certain things on jail phones? Like, people know that, right? You know that. Or maybe people don't know that. Maybe that's why they still tape record jail conversations, because people don't know. Just in case you don't know, you don't talk about guilt or innocence, or, well, you say I'm innocent all day long on a jail phone, but you don't implicate yourself or other people on a jail phone call. Man, when you guys see this, this is sad. Like, from the moment he hired this guy, or allegedly hired him, I bet he was regretting it. Like, if the place burned down at 11:59, at 12:02 is when he started regretting, why did I pick this fucking idiot here? Anyway, the Screamin Demons Motorcycle Club president and the business owner have now the business owner. First, it was just the motorcycle club president. When you hire somebody to do a thing for you, allegedly hire someone to do a thing for you, if they get caught doing that thing, you expect them to do their bid. Like, that's what it is. You knew the job was dangerous when you took it. Cluck, 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 like Super Chicken. But no. This is crazy. So today we're going to be covering that case. It just keeps getting bigger and darker. The president of the Screamin Demons Motorcycle Club and Robert Bobby Salazar, 63-year-old Fresno restaurant operator, were both arrested on federal charges of arson of commercial property and arson and furtherance of a felony. And we're going to be looking at this really stupid case. And it's stupid. It's really stupid. You greed and everything. You know, when you got things going good for you, always remember it could be worse. And take your lumps, man. Who has time to go to jail at 63, 64 years old? Anyway, be back in a minute, 7 seconds, and we'll talk about this craziness here. Screamin Demons president, arson, locked up for arson, locked up yet again. Maybe you need to do a background check on people before you hire them. I don't know. Back in a minute, 7 seconds.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books, then you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe to get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit the sea, repping Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for leather vest from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC, we're paid his dues and he earned his stripes from prospect all the way up to national
Well, all stupid then. Just all stupid then. That's all I can say. I can't even say, well, alrighty then. I can only just say all stupid then. It's just ridiculous. Hey man, I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV. This story just has me. I'd like to introduce my co-host, running for District 2 candidate for police commissioner and business owner, Lavish T. Williams, and motorcycle vice president of Boogie Down Mother Chapter out there in Detroit, Michigan. What's up, brother? And also, we'd like to say good morning to our very own resident doctor in the house. What's up, sir?
What's going on?
To be the only motorcycle club and YouTube protocol.
Don't even sound right what you're doing in
the world. To have our own doctor is just outstanding. But anyway, morning, guys.
Good morning. What's up, Lavish?
Man, Lavish on the phone, man. Probably.
Oh, I ain't on the phone. I can hear you loud and clear. I was on mute.
What's up with you, man?
Oh man, I can't call it slow motion, man.
You got any rest yet?
Nah, man, I ain't got no rest. I still been moving and grooving, man.
This story here, I figured we'd talk about a little bit this morning. This story here is just on so many levels of stupid. Everybody in this story is stupid. And whoa, I shared the wrong screen. Remove. That was
going to the Matrix.
That was okay. We'll try to get it together. There we go. This story here, there are so many pieces to it. This is the president, alleged, of the Screamin Demons motorcycle club up in Fresno. I think it's a 1% club. This is the first time I've heard of him, but he was in the news a few years ago, and these were the pictures when he was in the news then. When was this? This was back. Okay, so let's do this. So there's so much to the story here. The question is, where do we start? All right, so let's start here. This will kind of these two videos will catch us up to what's going on in this story, where this young man has been accused of lighting the fire with a female accomplice. And the man who owns these restaurants, he's a very kind of like famous local man, he's been accused of hiring him. And there was no way that they could ever tie him to any of this if the guy he hired had not been running his effing mouth. He hired like Tweedledee and Tweedledum here to and this is all the havoc that was caused. And this guy, 63-year-old Bobby Salazar, may be going down. Maybe going down because of the dude here. So we'll try to start with this story here. See if they give us the story and not some sort of commercial. Action. Wow. Where did it go?
Reading City Council
a well-known local restaurant owner, Robert Bobby Salazar, has been arrested on federal charges and was booked in the Fresno County Jail today.
It's low.
Serious charges of arson in connection to a fire that took place at one of his restaurant locations. Fox 26 News reporter Myra Franco has the latest details on this investigation and more on what else is now unfolding from this case. Myra?
Monty, authorities allege that Salazar orchestrated a fire at one of his vacant restaurant properties on Blackstone Avenue by hiring a motorcycle gang to set it. It led to a massive insurance payout claim totaling nearly $1 million. Tuesday afternoon, investigators responded outside Bobby Salazar's restaurant in the Tower District, where the location was closed off with police tape. A neighbor told Fox 26 undercover officers raided the site around 6 a.m. Around noon, the U.S. Department of Justice released information that the 63-year-old owner of the business, identified as Robert Bobby Salazar, was arrested and booked into the Fresno County Jail on arson-related charges. Fresno attorney Roger Bonactor gives us a detailed breakdown of the case.
So what we currently have is a 23-page complaint filed by the U.S. Attorney here in the Eastern District of California, which is here in downtown Fresno, alleging that Bobby Salazar violated two federal laws, the first being arson of a commercial property and the second being arson in furtherance of a federal felony.
Court documents reveal Salazar hired the president of the Screamin Demons Motorcycle Club, Thomas Qualls, to set fire to his vacant restaurant property located on Blackstone Avenue in 2024.
Law enforcement finds certain people visiting the property multiple times on the night of the fire. They use surveillance camera footage and cell phone data to figure out who was coming and going in that window. They then use the cell phone data to tie it back to members of a biker gang known as the Screamin Demons Biker Gang. One of those individuals gets arrested.
Actually, they're known as the Screamin Demons Motorcycle Club. Just thought I would add that.
Investigators found partially burned gas cans inside the restaurant and extensive fire damage inside. Insurance had paid Salazar nearly $1 million for the claim. He is now being accused of lying to his insurance about his involvement.
Well, apparently his insurance company didn't take his word for it that this arson was a random act. They put him through what's called an examination under oath, where he had to be sworn and answer questions about the arson and what he was doing with the property. Apparently, the property was occupied by a tenant, but the tenant wasn't able to make it there, so Bobby had taken it over in 2024. He'd renewed the policy of insurance, and even though that it was vacant and he wasn't trying to rent it out, had even gotten coverage for loss of rents on the property. Then somehow this building catches fire. They then find cell phone records where Bobby had communicated with at least one, if not more than one, of these biker gang members and people that are alleged to have been involved in this arson. So from there, they dig deeper, and apparently Bobby even answers the question directly if he knows these people. He denies knowing them or ever talking to them.
Qualls remains in Fresno County Jail facing charges of arson along with possession of firearms and ammunition by a felon. If Salazar is convicted, he faces a mandatory minimum of 5 years in prison and a maximum of 20 years for commercial arson, along with an additional mandatory 10 years of arson and furtherance of a felony. But that's not all. The arrest is just the beginning of a much broader investigation, with officials now digging into other suspicious cases.
So that's just that case. Now listen as more SHIT unfolds.
Connected to Salazar. Monty, sending back to you here in the studio.
All right, thank you, Myra. Looming large tonight over Bobby Salazar's arrest Tuesday, not just the details and evidence of this case as outlined in the federal criminal complaint released today, but perhaps even more damning, the hidden history now being brought to light of what may be a long litany of arsons, investigators say, all connected to Salazar. The fire at a vacant Bobby Salazar's restaurant on April 2nd of 2024 is now casting a light that's drawing the attention of investigators to a series of past incidents, all involving suspicious fires, and, they say, all connected to Salazar and people he knew.
Law enforcement then continues to look further, and they find other instances where there are arsons that involve someone associated with Bobby.
Instances, says attorney Roger Bonactor, all laid out in detail with photographs, starting on page 17 of the federal complaint.
There was a 2020 civil lawsuit where an employee had alleged wrongful termination by Bobby. Somehow, apparently, that individual's vehicles were firebombed by Molotov cocktails.
According to that complaint, even family was not immune.
Bobby Salazar's former brother-in-law, apparently his property was damaged by Molotov cocktails.
Nor lawyers either.
Apparently, a lawyer representing an employee of Bobby Salazar's had his office firebombed by Molotov cocktails.
All that history now reemerging to impact Salazar's most recent case and literally coming back with a vengeance.
The complaint, which goes to great lengths to describe all this, builds up at arriving at the conclusion that is the basis for the charge.
Salazar is due back in court tomorrow.
This dude Salazar, this case is crazy because I don't know if they could have tied any of this to him, but when it all comes out, then it's like, oh, here is the smoking gun. I mean, but this.
Yeah, the smoking gun. Yeah.
That, no pun intended.
Right.
This guy, this president, he had been arrested before, and that's where those original pictures are. You can find this if we go look on Insane Throttle. Our very own Mike Ball did this story with your boy Hollywood on Insane Throttle a few years ago. Let's see. This was done. When was this? A year ago.
Salazar is the owner, not the
He's
motorcycle
the owner.
club president, right?
This is when the motorcycle club guy was arrested. So this has been going on for a while, and this is when they arrested him and found. So he was arrested a year ago. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And now, a couple days ago, Bobby has been indicted, and this is how they got Robert, if that's his real name, first name or whatever. This is how they got him. When we go look at this indictment, bro, this indictment is crazy. And if you wonder how they find you, Lavish, if you wonder how they find you, first of all, they're charging him with arson of a commercial property where he's going to spend 5 to 20 years in prison if found guilty.
Why'd you have to single me out though? I mean, I just say in general, why'd you have to focus on?
No, that's proper communication. That's just saying that you recognizing the people.
Recognizing.
No, it's 2 of us on here though, man. There's 2 other people on here.
Look, I gotta be with you on that one, Black Dragon, because I do that at church. I'll start talking and I'll call the person name, and they'd be like, well, why you call me? I called you because I saw you.
All right. Whoever doesn't think I can spin my hat, I mean, I just wanted to, Oh, that was you?
I didn't say that.
Want to flip that hat, Black Dragon? Wonder if he still got it. Bro, I got it with every hand, bro. Don't play with me out here. All right? We're cowboys for real, okay? I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, how did we get to flipping your hat, man?
I don't know.
I was wondering that too. Where did that
Right
come
here.
from?
Want BD flip the hat, wonder if he still got it.
Oh, okay.
Don't play with me out here on this. Some things I don't need to be played with on. Anyway.
But anyway, like I said, but Salazar is the real estate guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, got you.
So he's getting lavish and logic. He's getting a maximum of 5 years if he goes, 20 years in prison, $250,000 fine, 3-year supervised release, and $100 penalty assessment, $25,100. Also, arson and furtherance of a federal felony, 10 years incarceration. Jesus. And mandatory. Is that right? Consecutive to any other sentence. $250,000 fine, 3-year supervised release, $100. So $500,000, $200,000, and 6 years of supervised release. This is crazy for just starting a little fire in the back room. Jesus.
No, it's. But I mean, what you read off of what they said. I mean, you talking about not just arson, but you talking about
No,
insurance fraud.
This is the only two crimes that they are charging him with.
Arson of criminal, commercial property, arson of furtherance of a felony, a federal felony. Okay.
They're going to bring all that other stuff in, but these are the charges. So here is the crazy stuff. They say that he maliciously damaged or destroyed his business by the fire. He used fire to commit the felony. He did all these things, and this is how they found him. First of all, the guy introduces himself. I'm a special agent with the ATF, and this is where I work, and these satellite offices. He had assisted in approximately 30 controlled purchase firearm buys and all this stuff. So this is his very long resume as to why I know what I'm doing to get your ass. He was in the United States military. He oversaw soldiers and or for the military. He spent 5 years as an Army as a military policeman. In that 5 years, he oversaw soldiers initiating investigative measures, identified, pursued, arrested suspects. So this guy has a long history of getting folks. And then between his time in the military and employment ATF, he was U.S. Department of State as Secretary Protective Specialist, as well as an independent contractor with the Department of Defense as a firearms instructor. Your boy's been around. So this is me, the affiant. This is my probable cause. On April 2024, I went to the Bobby's restaurant, was set on fire, and he hired co-conspirator 1, which was the biker club president, and co-conspirator 2, which was this lady, this chick that hung out with him. And he did that so he could collect about $1 million of insurance on the building. So that's why he did it. He talks about who Bobby is. He's the owner of their chain of restaurants, and he had this underperforming restaurant. He had a tenant in it, and that tenant, for some reason, he served that tenant with a notice to vacate. So the tenant vacated the process, the space, and he started using it for storage. But he still got all the insurance and everything on it. So here he renews the insurance policy and takes out even extra insurance on it, increased it by $102,000. The policy also covered $50,000 in loss of rent. So he renewed the policy on a building that didn't have a tenant in it. And then it burns down. And on the night that it burns down, first of all, they see some people arrive at the building and circle the damn thing 3 or 4 times that night. And so that's all on video. And so is the car and all that kind of stuff. So this is the fire. Okay, so this is when they went to the fire and they saw it and they put it out and all that stuff. And this is pictures of the fire and the stuff that was burned up, where they find 2 partially burned gas cans. Okay, well, this didn't happen by accident. Who the hell leaves the gas cans in the building?
Well, I was gonna say something, but I don't want anybody to know about my past, so we'll keep going with the story.
Oh, no,
Go ahead.
Say something. Say something. We want to hear this.
When you first said that, I said rookies. I'd say, well, just to say this. When I was a teenager, lavish.
All right.
I was a firebug. I was a firebug. Yeah, I used to love setting things on fire.
I did a few of those myself.
Huh?
What?
Yeah. I just wanted to see the shit burn.
Look, I set up.
I only did one.
My mother was too.
That was accidental. I did one by accident.
That was all on
trash
purpose.
cans and trash bags and put them in an obstacle course in the street and light them up to watch the cars go around them.
And y'all are
I done burnt down garages. Yeah. So,
y'all are trouble, bro.
that's
Well,
in the past. I said teenager. We ain't gonna talk about adulthood. That we gonna leave that alone.
wow, bro.
Story. That's a whole nother level.
Wow. Well,
But yeah.
they left the cans in there, and they went back to the scene to canvass for surveillance video, and found video footage from residences near. And so from there, they observed this black SUV, which appeared to be a Chevy Suburban. I can't speak this morning, or a GMC Yukon style vehicle, drove by the property, slowly turned in the alley behind the restaurant. All this canvassing shit. The same SUV drove by at 11:57 p.m. First, they came at 11:53 p.m. Then it drove by at 11:57 p.m. slowly through the front. You're not supposed to drive slowly through nobody's neighborhood. The black SUV then drove by again at 12:16 a.m. A few minutes later, parked on the street north of the restaurant. This time, two subjects exited the SUV. The driver was a medium-build adult male. The female was medium to large-build adult female with long hair and a ponytail. And they videoed these people walking around, and then some kind of way they got in the building, and the back door opened from inside the building, and he let the woman in. And then they come to the back of the building. The female exited first, and the male stepped in the entryway and leaned down, and they have video of him igniting the fire. Wow. Tia always tells me, always look for the security cameras. Like, Tia is never anywhere where there's no security camera, where she doesn't know where the security cameras are. I guess you don't look for that anymore. A large flash of light occurred. Flames instantly became visible. The two subjects returned to the SUV, left southbound on Blackstone Avenue.
So they recorded their own arson?
No, the neighbor's phone or somebody's phone got it. Somebody, not phone, but probably their ring cam or something.
Well, I heard the guy said cell phones too.
Yeah. The cell phone info. We're coming to that. That's next. They got cell phone information like a mofo, bro. So they go in there, they see them light the fire and everything, and then this is how they identified who set the fire. Lavish, do you know what a geofence is?
Share it with me.
Preacher, what a geofence is?
No, I don't.
So geofencing is this crazy shit. Have you ever been driving by a building and a television, or not a television, but a commercial for that building comes up on your phone that says, hey, Cordobo's taco stand is right over to the right. You want to stop and get a taco? Have you ever had that happen?
I've had that happen for me at Home Depot. Yeah,
so they use a thing called geofencing. And depending on what service you belong to, you will get advertisements for businesses as you drive within the proximity of their geographical fence that is done through GPS.
That's why we would tell people when you leave your house, turn off your Wi-Fi, and if you don't need your tracking, turn your tracking off on Google.
Yeah, because that's how they track this thing. A geofence near a business sent a message to their phone saying, hey, why don't you use this this service that we got here? Why don't you stop by Cordobo Taco Stand or whatever? And they then subpoenaed the records for the person that got the geofence notification, and that led them to identify the woman. Is that crazy?
No,
Is that?
I've seen it happen before.
Yeah, you was meant to get caught.
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
my movements are supposed to be my own information. So with the geofence data, they found one of the suspects in the black SUV. That was the woman. They identified her. And then they called her in, and they recognized her appearance and everything. And so they call her in, and they recognized that she was wearing black Vans with white emblems and red shoelaces. They found those inside her bedroom during the search warrant. They found her cell phone with the same red case and a picture of a woman posing as a devil on the. God damn, that camera was good. So they interviewed her, and they asked her if she was involved with the fire, but she denied. She said, I was involved with the fire, but I wasn't the one who set it, which was true because she didn't set it. So immediately she starts running her mouth. She starts running her mouth. She stated that Bobby Salazar paid someone she knows to set the fire. So from the moment they arrested her ass, they had Bobby Salazar's name. But just because she said it didn't make it so. Bobby Salazar right now, he's clean of the crime. He's clean. And now one of the people, the idiots he hired, is now running his name in the ground. She said she was advised that the surveillance clearly showed that she was involved in the fire. So then she admitted to going to the location, knowing they were going to break in the restaurant, knowing they were going to set the fire, but denied being the one who set the fire. She confirmed that the cell phone on her bed with the red case and the woman posing as the devil was her cell phone. Damn, what about being quiet till your attorney gets there? She was asked if she could provide the passcode for the phone, which she did. Instead of saying, hey, man, go hire an expert from Apple. When asked if the Van shoes with the red shoelaces were hers also, she said they were. She just gave herself up, bro. And her phone, then they searched her phone. Now, here's where they explain what a geofence warrant allows law enforcement to obtain location from data companies about the devices that were present within a specific area during a specific period of time. So they just looked up the geo companies in the area and said at 2:00 on Thursday morning what cars were in the area and which one was a black Suburban and on. And that's how they found her. It was so crazy. During the interview, co-conspirator 2 identified a person that was not co-conspirator 1. She blamed somebody other than the Prez as the person that set the fire that night. Aren't women treacherous? That's some treacherous SHIT. Come on, Lavish. That's treacherous, bro.
And that's why you got to do stuff by yourself, man. You got to tell her yourself. Less is more. She identified a whole nother dude, probably somebody that pissed her off. And the only reason his ass is not in jail, Lavish, is because they identified that he had a recent criminal history, including burglary and other crimes. Oh, no, wait. He was in jail. He was in jail and custody at the time of the fire. Whatever other person of ill repute that she knew and named, the only thing that saved his ass was that he was in jail when the fire.
He was already locked up. He could. This is a scene from Law and Order, Doc. He couldn't have done it. My alibi is I was in jail.
Oh my gosh. So they knew he wasn't the guy. So her co-conspirator 2, the female, she has a recent criminal history. Here's where they run your name in the dirt. It has nothing to do with the case, but she had a recent criminal history, including burglary and other crimes involving moral turpitude. So she was out there selling some. Okay. It's the oldest profession in mankind. I mean, and no hate, no judgment here. She had text messages.
Oldest profession known to man.
It's the oldest profession known to man. No hate. At least she wasn't out robbing people. Well, maybe she was. But anyway, text messages with a person later identified as co-conspirator 1. So here's where the cell phones come in. Now she's texting back and forth with 1, or she had been. So she gave them permission. She gave them the passcode to her phone.
And so now they're going to go back and look at all these texts. Starting at 2:20 a.m., 1 and 2, the Prez and her exchanged text messages discussing the fire. Really? Over text message, y'all? Really? And information that co-conspirator 2 appeared to be hearing via scanner. They had a police scanner. Maybe she had a scanner application on her phone. Oh, I didn't know that you had scanner applications on your phone. Now you don't even have to buy the whole damn scanner. Wow, that's saving $400.
Yeah, you probably like maybe 5-6 years late.
I haven't used the scanner in about 10 years, bro.
I use one every day.
I'm not like the tow truck guy following. The fire was still going. A bunch of trucks. She's saying, "Yeah, I heard it now. Yeah, they're saying it's on fire. Still shit. They have to have 7 or 8 fire trucks there." She's texting all this. I don't know. They're still saying it's a fire. I wonder if propane blew. It's in the attic. I seen that guy in the tie-dye shirt standing over down by the Denny's with a bunch of homeless-looking people looking at the fire. Yeah, I hope those cameras don't work. Yeah, they work, baby. They haven't said anything about witnesses or anything or fires out. Not sure of the damage. She texted all this, and then he texted back. Building doesn't look too bad on the outside. I'm headed to Bobby's. Where are you at? Uh-oh, here's Bobby's name again in the text. So the first they see his name at right here at 10:05 a.m. the next day is the first time that Bobby's name is mentioned by text. At 12:05 p.m., call details records show that the Prez called Bobby Salazar's taqueria. So he called the restaurant and at this phone number here. The call lasted approximately 1 minute and 8 seconds. On April 5th, Conspirator 2, the girl, texted the Prez, "Yeah, you got paid all that money from Bobby for a fucking to do what?" And then the next day, she said, "Yeah, now you can spend that money from Bobby on your bitch." Uh-oh. There is problems in problems in paradise. Yeah, you got paid all that money. Now you can spend it on your bitch. Wow. Even though I took penitentiary chances for your stupid ass. Hey, women out there, do not take penitentiary chances for men. Don't do that, because that's just where she's going. For a guy that had a whole nother woman. We come to find out, I think he's even married. Investigators believe that the woman was referring to her previous criminal record and knew that if she was arrested for arson, this would be her 3rd strike. And in California, if you get 3 strikes, I think you go to jail forever. On April 7th, the 3rd day at 10:38, since he's supposed to pay you tomorrow, do you have $10 on Cash App because I have no cigarettes? Oh, this poor girl is a winner. And then later at 3:48 p.m., even though we're getting money from Bobby tomorrow, keep the effing money. I don't need shit from you. Dang, she's mad. Woo! Woo! Man. They're
I still
falling
need
out.
that money. I still need that money. I'm still mad at you, but give me my money.
Chris Leach is mad. She'll get hers for snitching. Chris is mad. Oh my goodness. So they called. So she called the co-conspirator again, number 2. So she called him again. Let's see. He called her. He said, or texted her. He said he was headed to Bobby's. I called and they said he wasn't there, but I'm going there anyway. So poor Bobby is now being hounded by these people that he owes money to, going by his building and his office and shit. Bro, you should have offed them, Bobby. You're supposed to tie up the loose ends. That's what happens in the movies. Jeez. Anyways, I'm still going to go by and show up at his place anyway and further implicate his ass in the crime. And so, yeah. And so later, he texted back, he here. That's the new way, I guess, to say he is here. He here on April 9th. Here we are, several days later, co-conspirator one, which was the Prez, he texted, I was at Bobby's to straighten stuff out with him. Then he sent her a photo of Bobby Salazar's catering truck. Then she asked, so did he finish paying? To which he replied, not until Monday. No, I had to talk to him about this money he owes. Got it straightened out now. Want me to come by and tell you about it or no? Want me to come by and tell you about it or no? She said, Lavish, she said, just pay me and leave me alone, effing punk. He later replied, just don't spend it. Put it up so it's not in your pocket. Put it away and just forget about it. And that's what you're supposed to do when you get those ill-gotten gains. Put them away. He told her in a text that he didn't just line up his pockets with 25 grand that I don't have to cut you in on, by the way. To which she said, you don't have to cut me in on. And again, told him she took penitentiary chances for him. What do you mean you don't have to cut me in on? I could have gone to the... Well, you are going to go to the pen.
Yeah, you're going to go.
Now, he tells others to visit Salazar and tell him the feds are looking for him. So after her arrest, after she got arrested and gave it all up, including her phone and everything, and even Bobby's name, she called her friend, the Prez of the Screamin' Demons, from a jail phone. Lavish.
Oh my God. A jail phone, man. Out of all God dog. Where they get these people from, man?
Lavish.
This sound like a movie, man. This sound like a comedy.
She called him from the jail phone. And his phone was identified based on a review of subscriber records recovered from cell phone data. So he didn't even have a burner phone. In the jail calls, she told him they have everything. They don't have everything. Bitch, you gave them everything.
Everything.
They have everything. Oh, my God. She explained to him that investigators were asking her if she knew Bobby and that investigators had video footage of everything. They did have video footage of everything, down to what I was wearing and the cell phone cover on your cell phone. See, they have what you were wearing. They have your bitch's car. So now they know it was her car if they didn't know before. She's just telling it all. Everything, she said, everything. Co-conspirator one, the Prez, told her they can't prove you lit shit. No, because we have it on video.
Right there again. So many different things. Lord have mercy. Whoa. That is crazy, man.
They're having this conversation. When I read this, man, I was just reeling. And asked her if she had did you admit to anything? Yeah, bro, she admitted to it all. They can't prove you lit shit. Did you admit to anything? I know the voices belong to him and her from numerous phone calls between them throughout the investigation, says the officer, the affiant.
Hold on, Black Dragon. I gotta get on my phone. I gotta get off here for a second. I got something I gotta take care of.
All right. I'll see you when you just hit me. Log in on the other phone. I'll log you in.
All right.
State gang investigators recognized co-conspirator one as the president of the Screamin' Demons Motorcycle Club. Investigators sought and received a state arrest warrant for him and warrants to. So here's the part, my friends out there. Here's the part that is really effed up. Where has any of this? What has any of this to do with the motorcycle club? What has any of this to do with the motorcycle club? This is a guy and a gal in his bitch's car. And now they got an arrest warrant to search his house and the motorcycle clubhouse where the rest of us are? Where the rest of us are who ain't involved in that shit? How did we get there? How did we get there? That is, help me, y'all. Just help me. How the hell did we get to now you're at the motorcycle club? Going through our shit, our bylaws, taking our colors, finding what we got in the clubhouse, picking up our weapons. How did all that come about? Because your dumbass is up here playing Pixie Wixie burn down restaurants. The warrants were served on May 2024. The Prez was arrested and booked into Fresno County Jail that day. During an interview with fire investigators, he said he dropped his phone. He was trying to be a G about it. He was trying to be a G. I dropped my phone. It no longer works. When he asked where it was, he said, I don't know, somewhere in my bedroom. I don't know where the hell it is. Biker News Canada says cops have too much to hold over them, kids, jobs, etc. Women flip fast. Oh, that's because somebody said up here earlier, Soundproof said, the first thing I was told in bad guy school, never work with a woman, says Biker News Camera, because they, Ray says totally women talk too much. Now, I know some hardcore ass women that don't talk. You can't put that on women. But Biker News Canada says cops have too much to hold over them, kids, jobs, etc. They can flip fast if they're not tough. But Chris Leach said Biker News Canada, he went to bad guy school too. That's funny because both of y'all come from two different bad guy club circles. Did y'all go to the same school? Crime over phone happens all the time in different ways. Go to gangster, meet face to face. Yeah, that's how gangsters should do. Mama Iron Ranger in here. One, I don't think Mama Iron Ranger would be in here crying and snitching and shit. But anyway, he was arrested, and during the interview, he tried to play hard. And he did try. He said he didn't know where the phone was. He denied any knowledge of or participation in the fire. And then he ended the interview. Give me my attorney. While in federal custody, Conspirator 1 made several calls to his wife, as well as to, here we go, here's the club affiliation, as well as the sergeant at arms for the Screamin' Demons Motorcycle Club. You called the sergeant and got him mixed up into the shit. But up until this point, there seems to have been no club involvement until the sergeant at arms. And this is not necessarily the club. This is just the sergeant at arms, dumbass. That, just him. And sergeant at arms tend to be, president focused. They're going to come check out their president and make sure he's okay. So I can understand calling him. During those calls, he discussed Salazar by name from jail, sponsoring an upcoming motorcycle club activity, the Shovelhead Run. Later, while reviewing a subpoena to return related co-conspirator 1's Google account information, investigators found a photo of a piece of lined paper with Shovelhead sponsor lists, handwritten at the top. One of the sponsors listed was Bobby Salazar, bringing even more light turning towards Mr. Salazar. His name is being discussed by all these damn people. Later, after the Prez was charged in an unrelated federal case, still something else, my God, he began to talk to his wife and sergeant at arms about how he believed that Salazar was a target of a federal investigation connected to the arson. So he's just running his mouth even more. So I don't know, this is not snitching, but isn't this snitching? Starting in late June, co-conspirator 1, the president, began to send the sergeant at arms to go meet with Salazar. In a series of conversations, he and his wife and the sergeant at arms discussed the need to meet Mr. Salazar so that he could provide the co-conspirator with money for his lawyer. So I guess he figured, now I'm in trouble, you're supposed to pay for my lawyer. This is when you climb into bed with the wrong kind of criminals, and they just tie a boat anchor around your neck. So now I'm going to send my sergeant at arms. Previous to this, understand, there is no direct contact between Salazar and the people who have committed this heinous crime and burned this building down. There's only their word. There's only Salazar. There's no direct connection. And if he was smart, he would not have allowed any direct connection. But, oh no, this guy is going to start sending his damn sergeant at arms over to the man's office. And the police are recording every bit of this dumb shit and probably laughing. They're probably eating donuts. They're not even working out. They can eat donuts because they don't have to even work hard right now. Just sit back and listen. So he wants, and so that's why you don't hire broke people to do crimes for you. Now he wants you to pay for his lawyer. So on June 24th, so here we're April, May. It happened in April. We're now in June. He called his wife and told her, "I'm not going to snitch on no one." Bro, you already have. I'm not going to snitch on no one. Of course, that's going to cost him. Wow. So now I got to pay you not to snitch on me. I thought that just like came with the deal. Like when I hired you to burn the place down, doesn't that come with a no snitching clause? Are we going to have to preacher, are we going to have like contracts with the people we hire to do crimes from now on? Page 14. Section 33, you're not to snitch here. I mean, this is just sad, bro. Just sad. So he called his wife and told her, "I'm not going to snitch, but of course it's going to cost him. And like he's going to put the money up for it, or he can go to jail with me." So wow, he did that. And he told his wife to have the sergeant at arms deliver that message. He made a plan for the sergeant at arms to visit. This is what he did. So on June 25th, during a recorded visit, she came to visit him. And I guess they're talking through the glass. And they're recording all this. I want you people to see this. She discussed how the sergeant at arms had visited Salazar at the restaurant on his behalf. And the Prez had further conversations about the sergeant at arms meeting on his behalf throughout June and July, and at least 14 separate occasions. 14 separate occasions they had conversations about this. Then during these conversations, co-conspirator one referenced his continued conspiracy with Salazar to conceal the arson. But even though they talked about this 14 or 15 times, they still didn't have anything on Salazar. So now they're in June 30th. He told the sergeant at arms in a recorded jail call on a jail phone, "Unless you know he wants to be in here next to me, you know he needs to figure something out." Wow.
Well, he was on his way after that comment.
No, you know what? He's still not on his way. There's no direct connection and no talk with this man. It could all be made up at this point.
Right.
This is still Salazar. She's still clean right now. On July 19th, he told the sergeant at arms, "So now so May, June, now we're in July. Make sure you tell him my lawyer said the feds are building a case against him." And right, but he needs to know that they are the feds and they're looking into him big time. He also told the sergeant at arms, or the sergeant at arms told him that he would try to meet Salazar on Monday around noon. So where do you think the cops are going to be Monday around noon?
Right.
On Monday, July 22nd, 2024, around noon, at approximately 12:14, Bobby Salazar's restaurant, owned by him, at 725 East Olive Avenue in Fresno, California. The Great GMC Canyon pulled up into the back parking lot. The driver appeared to be the sergeant at arms, and there was another guy that they weren't able to figure out who he was, and they called him UM for unidentified male. They have the license plate, the photo, they have who the car was registered to, and the truck was registered to another SDMC member. So here's yet another, they got a sergeant at arms and another member's truck. So the motorcycle club is slowly being drawn into this, even though that other member could have just loaned them the truck and didn't even know what they were there for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the name of this club again?
Screamin.
Yeah, thank you.
Famous.
So here he is, like, okay, so he is in a whole nother member's truck, and in recorded conversations, the Prez,
stop letting people hold your cars.
The Prez discussed with the sergeant at arms that the sergeant at arms was using that vehicle. So, so now they've tied into the fact that this other member's vehicle was instructed to be used by the Prez. So they're slowly reeling the club into this. During surveillance, investigators observed the driver of the truck walk to the back door. That was the unidentified male. He was then observed sitting in the vehicle with the door open. The driver re-entered the restaurant at 12:16, made a phone call, and then the Prez made a phone call to his wife later that day, where his wife told him the sergeant at arms had gone to Salazar's restaurant, but Salazar wasn't there. So still, they haven't drawn a direct link because they haven't been able to get a hold of Salazar, and he hasn't talked to them, so he can still say he doesn't know him. And the wife told the Prez that the sergeant at arms would try again. So this man should have stayed.
All this is over the phone.
All this is over the phone. So he then called his wife from jail and discussed how the sergeant at arms was still trying to meet Salazar and that he was going to go the next day, June 26th. So for 4 days, they were discussing this. And the cops just recording and sitting back and laughing. On July 26, 2024, investigators again conducted the surveillance at the restaurant. Sitting there at 10 o'clock a.m., up pulls the same gray truck that belonged to yet a whole nother club member. And the investigators had previously observed parked there before. Now this time, there were two subjects. The driver, here's where we have the unidentified male, next to the sergeant at arms. They remain in the driver's seat after 20 minutes of pacing. And so one guy sat in the car. The other guy was pacing back and forth in front of the restaurant for 20 minutes. And then he walked into the front door of Bobby's Taqueria 10 minutes later. Also, the other guy also entered, and that's when they observed. So what happened is 10 minutes later, an investigator goes into the restaurant to see, what's going on in there? And he observed the unidentified male by the bar area and observed the sergeant at arms standing in the back of the restaurant near the bathrooms. Rear parking lot entrance appearing to have entered through the back entrance. They're trying to find this Salazar guy. Then there he is. The investigator sees Salazar. And this is where the tie comes in, and they got that ass. The sergeant at arms and the unidentified male walk out of the rear exit, go back to the parking lot. During this time, there were no other customers in the restaurant, only non-employees in the restaurant. And the investigator, neither the sergeant at arms or the unidentified male were holding any type of to-go food or anything similar, indicating they entered the restaurant for food prior to them walking out of the back door with Salazar. He walked out of the back door with him. After several minutes, he walked back into the restaurant from the back door all by himself. The unidentified male and the sergeant at arms were not seen. Salazar immediately walked through the restaurant to the front door and stood outside looking down Olive Avenue for 1 minute before going back into the restaurant, walking back into the kitchen. And the sergeant at arms and the unidentified male were then observed back in the GMC driving westbound on Olive and turning into the parking lot. The truck reversed and parked 2 stalls away from a Chevy Tahoe owned by Salazar. Wow. And at 11:50, the sergeant at arms and Salazar were seen walking back into the parking lot and getting into their respective vehicles, then leaving the parking lot. It was unclear where Salazar and the sergeant at arms had walked from, but it was definitely clear that they were together. Less than 2 hours later, the Prez made a phone call to his wife, who confirmed that the sergeant at arms had gone there to try to meet Salazar. Based on my training experience, these cell phone and jail phone conversations are significant because they indicate that Salazar was a co-conspirator, an aider, and abettor in their crimes, and also because they show, contrary to Salazar's statement to both the fire and insurance investigators, he did know co-conspirator one. And I guess they can assume that because he met with the sergeant at arms, all the conversations they were having. They still have to prove that, though. And he knew co-conspirator two and would not discuss being paid by Salazar if he had not hired them to commit one and two. If he hadn't hired them, why would they be talking about all that? So all of this is how they figured out he was doing it. It's how they brought the club into it. And that ain't even the half of it. There was an employee who so they say he's been using fire as a method to get at people. Somebody filed a lawsuit against him. He threatened them and tried to get them to settle for $20,000. They refused. Their shit got burned up. Their attorney shit got burned up. His brother-in-law divorced his sister. I had to be a sister, and decided to stop doing business with him, and his shit got burned up. Now all that's coming back. Like they're like, this dude's a firebug. He uses fire to, and here are the people. The one guy's cars got burned. He burned up 3 cars of one guy, allegedly. 3 cars. And look, they served all these warrants to AT&T and all. Look, folks, this is where they get all your stuff from the phone companies and stuff you use every day. These are the people in your neighborhood. They're in your neighborhood. They're in your neighborhood. The fireman is a person in your neighborhood. He's a person that you meet each day. They're using your just regular people in your neighborhood. The AT&T man is a person in your neighborhood. Here they are. Look at all this, bro. I don't know how you lose with a case like this, bro. They got the insurance claim submitted to the Hartford company. They paid that man $908,000. And he may go to jail for 20 years for that.
It's like these new crimes, like they never seen crimes like this fail in the past. Maybe this is just too much common sense, but you can sit back and watch these crime movies, these mob movies, all these movies, and you can see these same dumb moves in the movies.
They get them from somewhere. Here's his history of arson and witness threats.
We had an hour.
We had an hour.
Yes.
We could go on and on with this.
Hey, you read the whole indictment, man.
No, I didn't. I only read the top part. I only read the page like 15. Here, 17. I read page 17. Here's 18, 19, 20.
You don't really read it. You read some, then you go back, then you read some, then you go back, and then you forget where you was at, then you go read the same thing again. What happened to Lavish? I know I had to step away from him.
Lavish had to run, and
he had to go to class.
No, not class. He said he had something he had to take care of real quick, and he'd be right back on. But it obviously took.
But we gone. It's an hour.
If you're going to do the crime, leave your phone at home. Man. Changed my ways years ago. Now I can live and ride in peace, says Davey. Yeah. Logic, same dumb shit. That's a lot of paperwork. Hard to get full disclosure out of lawyers' hands in Canada anymore. Better watch out. He might burn your stuff, Black Dragon. He's going to burn Logic shit first. Logic is closer to him. Oh my gosh.
What's up? What's up, Tron? My boy. That's my boy. That was my partner in crime right there back in New York down there.
Yeah, you've spoken of him before.
Yeah. He's the one that had to calm me down. He's the one that if he's not riled up, he's the one that said, nah, D. He's the one that him and his other partners say, man, if there's a fight going on, we gotta go find D because he's there. We don't want him burning nothing down. That's the one.
Man, that was a crazy case. And all these guys' pasts are so sordid, man. Like Prez had been arrested before. He was arrested for I forget. I had it. I found it. It was crazy. Some more dumb shit. Yeah. Anyway. Bro.
Yeah.
Preacher.
We gotta go. But I wanted to say something.
Oh, say something.
Something that we forgot to do yesterday because we was running out of time yesterday. We was at an hour and 20 minutes yesterday though. But that short video you put up about the guy running up on the pagan in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I said, I agree with you. If you was gonna jump on a dude, you don't have to do this. Where's my camera at? There it is. Hey man, I'm gonna go mess with this dude over here and blah blah blah. You don't have to do that. If you that big and bad, just go jump on him. But see, now you put a target on your back because if he was, disabled because of his arm, now his rest of his brothers see that.
Here we go. Here's the video here.
Motherfucker, right over here by the trash can. I'm about to whoop. Come on, you punk bitch motherfucker. Right over here by the trash can. I'm about to whoop your motherfucking ass. Let's go. Come on. I'm putting this on Facebook, motherfucker. Trash can right over there. Look.
I can't whoop your ass without a trash can.
Ass motherfucker running from me. Come on, man. Over here to the trash can, man. One arm my fucking ass, bro. I don't give a fuck if you got one nut. Because I know you ain't got two. Bring your ass over here to the fucking trash can, dude.
Like I'm so all right. So we'll talk about this tomorrow. We'll bring this up tomorrow.
All right.
We'll do a show on this tomorrow because it was something else, man. These new guys with these cell phones and stuff. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Chris said some more dumb shit. No.
Goose said that was club stuff.
I
didn't know if the other person was in the club or not.
I don't know what that guy was in the club or not. He had on a that said something here. It says something HDMC on it. I don't know who HDMC is. Here it is on his hat. HDMC. Is that a?
Oh, there was four more standing behind him.
No, those guys were. I don't know. Those guys.
HDMC, isn't that Harley Davidson?
That's what I thought, but I don't know. Those guys behind him were civilian looking dudes. So we got Goose in the background. Goose is running the boards. We appreciate you, Goose. And he's saying it's an hour and 5 minutes. Get out.
Yeah, we're gone, Goose.
Yeah, we're gone. Harley Davidson motorcycle is what that stands for.
Yeah.
Well, motorcycle is MC? I didn't know that. Is that the abbreviation for motorcycle, MC?
They have a lot of that in Harley, yeah. HDMC.
Oh, really? That's a thing?
Yeah, been a thing.
I don't ride. I don't have one. I don't own a Harley. So.
I don't have my Harley hat in here. I do. It just says Harley Davidson.
Yeah, Reginald says it right. Reginald says it right. If it was me and I only had one arm and he approached me that way, I fear for my life and I'd have shot his ass.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah, he would have.
I don't doubt Reginald for his heartbeat, man.
Yeah, he would have. He would have.
Oh, they sell a lot of T-shirts with that on it. Okay. Yeah. My Harley people know. My Harley people would know. I didn't I was like, what motorcycle club is that? HDMC. Silly me, I don't know, but that's why I have all y'all out there. Y'all know everything. All right, it's time for us to get the hell out of here, bro. Anything else, preacher?
No.
We're gonna do our thing tomorrow where we look at all the happenings out there. So if you still need to get it to me, send it to me to Black Dragon.
I'll be on the road next week.
Okay. On the road next week. We'll talk about it tomorrow. All right, let me get you out of here, preacher.
All right.
And here's your outro music. Hit it.
I remember this one kid.
Oh, I'm not supposed to be dancing. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Logic over here at Keep It Logical. Team Logic. If you're not on Team Logic, get aboard Team Logic because we're coming with some stuff. I'm just trying to do it right. But listen, when you're out there riding on twos, riding on threes, riding in your slingshot, driving your truck, whatever you do, ride hard, ride safe, and always ride on faith and keep it logical. Peace.
And it's your boy Black Dragon. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. Ride hard, ride safe, keep it logical, ride on faith, and keep the rubber side down. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Have a great day. Yeah. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.